All right, guys. So here we go with Europe continued. This is section two. And this is the stuff that, I'm going to kind of tell you there's a lot of information, but this is not stuff you necessarily need to memorize for a test. I'll kind of let you know. I don't really expect you to know that the climate in Europe is marine West Coast climate. I'm not going to ask that question. Okay. But we'll talk about it. The region expands from Spain to France, Germany, and the western part of Poland. This area experiences warm summers and cool winters. Now, this is something I do want you to know. The North Atlantic Drift. It's a current of warm water from the tropics, and it flows near Europe's west coast. And these winds from this warm current blow far inland because there's no mountains to block it. And this is why the North Atlantic drift and the marine west coast climate, this is why Europe does get cold some, but not as cold as you would think. And the reason is the North Atlantic Drift. Make sure you remember that. Now, the Mediterranean. Now, this climate, the Mediterranean climate, extends from southern Spain and France through Italy to Greece and parts of the Balkan Peninsula. Now, the summers are hot and dry with clear, sunny skies. The winters are moderate and wet. And why is this climate much better than the lands to the north? Well, the mountain ranges block the cold north winds. So the Mediterranean has I don't want to say it's always a year-round growing climate, but when you think of the Mediterranean, think of olives and things like that, tomatoes. It's a good growing season. Now, the winds I want you to remember are the Mistrals. These are a cold, dry wind from the north. And then the Siroccos are a hot, steady wind that blows from North Africa across the Mediterranean into southern Europe. You will need to know both of those for the test, the Mistral and the Siroccos. Now, some of these carry moisture from the sea and others carry dust from the desert. Kind of depends on what it's picked up. Now, the region's major crops of the Mediterranean are citrus fruits, olives, grapes, and wheat. Now, these areas have great beaches, which attract many tourists, which is a major industry in the region. A lot of people love going to Greece. They love going to that area. Now, the land of the midnight sun. That's the far northern Scandinavia. And literally, it's up there in the Arctic Circle. Now, no trees grow there, and the ground is frozen year round. Winter nights and summer days are very long. And the extreme north of the Arctic Circle, the days occur where there is no sunlight during the day in the winter, no sunlight, always dark. And days in the summer where there is 24 hours of continuous sunlight. So you kind of get either or there. No sunlight during the day in the winter, and days in the summer where there's 24 hours of continuous sunlight. How would that do, for your sleeping pattern? Now, this region has become known as the land of the midnight sun, far north Scandinavia, the Arctic Circle. I'm going to go ahead and do section 3 right here, right quick. Now, February 1st in 1953, the Netherlands was devastated by a flood that killed 1,800 people. 4.5% of the Netherlands was flooded because much of the land is below sea level. Sounds a lot like New Orleans. So because of this, they build dikes called earthen banks, which holds back the North Sea in the Netherlands. I'm going to stop these.